Welcome to a special presentation of the United Football League on the NFL Network.
And welcome everyone to Houston, the energy and space capital of the world. As the home team, the Houston Gamblers look to gas up and launch themselves into the win column tonight against the Birmingham Stallions in their home debut and potentially earn their first win of the season. Hey, Justin Hall, all ready to go for the Gamblers. One of their talented wide receivers looking to put up numbers, and Matt Corral, he was on point last week in their win against Louisville, looking for a duplicate performance here this afternoon. Hello, everybody. I'm Mark Jones alongside Kirk Morrison, Cole Kubelik, and Harry Douglas down at the field joining us in just a moment. Hey, for the Gamblers, Kirk, to get right, they're going to have to really lean into their two top wide receivers who are extremely talented.
Yeah, we saw the picture of Justin Hall there. He's one of them. The other, Jontre Kirkland. And they need the ball early and often. They didn't get enough of it last week. Trust me, today they'll be spoon-fed a lot.
Hey, Harry was downstairs with Kirkland just a moment ago. Here's what it looked like.
I'm here with wide receiver for the Houston Gamblers, Jontre Kirkland. Now, we're going to go through some of your releases off the line of scrimmage. I'm going to play some different coverages, or I might just be in man coverage, and I want you to walk through it and show the people what you're thinking. So the first route you're going to have is a slant. I'm going to be in press coverage, and tell the people how you're going to release off the line.
All right, bet. Just depending on if he's outside leverage or inside leverage, I could give a diamond release. If he's playing inside leverage, and I know he's a guy that's kind of aggressive, I could take him on a diamond release, sell a go route, and slip him underneath. You know what I'm saying? Play big man ball. If he's playing outside leverage, I damn near could stick him out and play the inside. You know what I'm saying? Get the inside leverage, knock hands down, play big boy ball, shade him at the top of the route.
All right, so let's show him.
All right, bet. So look, now we got the inside technique. We can stick him here, take him down here. All day. All day.
All right, so now I'm going to play inside leverage. You're going to run a stop route and show me how you're going to do at the top of the route, how you sink your hips and everything.
That's money all day. I got the inside leverage, so now I'm about to leave you inside. If you go play inside, I can stick you inside, leave you inside, take you down here, sell, go, sell, go, sell, go. I got to get all the way to 9, and I'm going. I got the ball.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Jontre Kirkland.
Yes, sir. Houston on top.
Man, Kirkland just dropped off Harry Douglas. How about that?
Yeah.
Matt Corral, meanwhile, last week, Kirk, he was extremely efficient, completing 70% of his passes, but there's more in him, right?
Yeah, there's more in him, 200 yards, but he was efficient in getting the offense going. But his head coach, A.J. McCarron, said there's another level that he can take it to.
Let's go downstairs to Cole, who's standing by with him.
You guys mentioned A.J. McCarron, head coach of the Birmingham Stallions. Matt, you've had success in this league, but how has it changed your game being coached by someone, a quarterback that also had success in this league?
Yeah, it's just different, man. There's a certain kind of confidence, like reassurance that you get with somebody that's been there and done that. It definitely helps because you could see them do it personally, and I don't know. For me, that's the type of learner I am, and I'm just blessed to have AJ, a person that's been there and done that, to learn from.
Any more motivation that the stadium played My Little Pony theme song when you guys ran out tonight?
No, not at all, man. I'm grateful for another opportunity to play football out here. Every single one of us all thought that we wouldn't get another chance. So I don't think we don't need any more motivation than that.
All right, happy Easter. Go get them.
Happy Easter.
Cole, I don't believe him. He's playing it low-key with you, man. Let's go over to Tyler. Tyler, what do you have in terms of betting trends and stories?
Yeah, guys, we got a game involving the Gamblers, so you better have a betting analyst on to make a few gambles on this game. Let's talk about the spread first and foremost. You got that squad coming in from Birmingham, the Stallions, that are a 7.5-point road favorite. One of my favorite ways to bet, though, here on this Easter, I'll drop some Easter eggs, is taking Houston plus the points in the first half. They got to keep it within 4 points in the first half. Then I think in the second half, that's when Birmingham pulls away. Jaden Mickens last week, 9 for 9 as far as targets, 103 yards. I think he goes over 75 yards again as Matt Corral's favorite target. And maybe my favorite wager is that this game goes under 43.5. We've seen that trend in the first few weeks of UFL the last couple of seasons. Unders. Both these run defenses played really well week 1, allowing less than 3 yards per carry. So I think that sticks in this matchup here.
All right, some interesting trends and storylines. with respect to the odds as we take a look at the crew last week. Yours truly, Kirk, hit on that 60-yard field goal. Little potential wager yourself. You like the under?
I do. Just like Tyler liked the under, I like the under. I'm following that train, Mark. I like that.
All right. And you take a look at Harry and Cole's propositions as well. Houston will have the football first. Birmingham winning the coin toss, deferring to the second half. So we'll get a look at their new quarterback this week early. It'll be Hunter Deckers slinging it for head coach Kevin Sumlin. Second time around for the Houston Gamblers for head coach Kevin Sumlin. Deckers came in for Nolan Henderson in week 1 after Henderson struggled early. Kirkland and Moreno Cropper back for this opening kick. Keep in mind that Jalen Moreno Cropper, number 17, took one back last week, albeit in a losing proposition against Dallas. He had a 93-yard kickoff return. Home opener for the Houston Gamblers. And we are underway. They kick it away from Cropper to Kirkland. Got a blocker in front of him, but it's chopped down to the 26-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 after that 26-yard return. Here's a look at the specs on Hunter Deckers. 6'1", 210 pounds, a 24-year-old out of Iowa State. And getting a chance to start and not come off the bench this week. What kind of difference do you think it'll make with him, Kirk?
I just think he had a great week of practice, and the biggest difference is that the offense will change just a little bit. Remember, he's a lefty, so a lefty quarterback, a lot of the play calls will be changed from the right-handed Nolan Henderson.
1st down and 10. 26-yard line. They're going to hand it off, and that goes to Jalen White. 23-year-old out of Georgia Southern picks up a couple of yards on the play.
You're going to see a lot of the run game early on for this Houston football team. They didn't run it enough last week. Only a total of 6 carries by the running backs. Trust me, they'll have more than that this week.
They only put up 17 points last week. They gave up 36 in that loss against Dallas.
Monday. Ready.
On 2nd and 7, play action, the slant complete. That's going to be good enough for a 1st down to the 42-yard line. Jontre Kirkland picks up 13 yards. That might have been the move that he showed Harry Douglas a moment ago.
He sure did. That's the same route he just showed our Harry Douglas. Starts to the outside and then just basically runs all the way to the inside. Nice little curl hookup. And it's a positive throw early on from Hunter Deckers to Kirkland. We didn't see enough of that last week.
Yeah, they had a tough time getting in rhythm offensively and having much production, especially in the first half. Look at his numbers last week against Dallas. 4 receptions, 60 yards. From the 43-yard line, 1st down and 10, Houston. Jalen White in the backfield. He gets the carry, cuts it back in between the tackles, out near midfield. And keep in mind, once teams cross the 50-yard line, they are not allowed to punt after that. That's going to be a 6-yard gain on the play.
Yeah, that was just a nice job there by reading the defensive end. And this is something that Hunter Deckers did a lot in college at Iowa State, the RPO. We saw Brock Purdy do it a lot at Iowa State. Well, he was a successor to Brock Purdy, reading that defensive end, keeping him at a standstill, and a nice job handing it off and getting positive yards.
A.J. McCarron, the head coach, in his 2nd game on the sidelines. 1st-time head coach. They run it to the wide side of the field. This is Lawrence Keys III. Pushed out of bounds right near that 1st down marker. He's close. Looks like they gave him a favorable spot. It's going to be a 1st down.
Multiple ways to get the ball on the ground. We've seen a couple of handoffs. Now we get a little bit of a fly series, forcing the defense to have to guard the entire field. So not only are they on the in between the tackles, but now forcing those corners and safeties to have to fill the alley.
So they've crossed the 50-yard line. They can no longer punt.
No, you're good.
Play clock down to 5. Going to keep it on the ground again. This time it's Marcus Yarns. Found a nice crease over the left side of the offensive line. Trey Norwood made the tackle on the 7-yard carry.
Oh, no, Cole would like this one, though. Victor Kern, number 64, the left guard, a nice little seal that allowed this play to develop. When you get a nice seal by the guard, it's easy for the running back to get to the hole and get right up the field.
Bunch of changes on that offensive line, too, for Houston, right?
Yeah, a little bit of a change. But both tackles are still in the game. Last week, John Campbell was a guy who was injured, banged up, didn't think he was going to play, but big 71's out there at the left tackle.
On the little receiver screen, this is Lawrence Keys, close to the first down at the 37-yard line. Looks like they're going to spot it just a hair short. Trey Norwood again making the tackle for the Stallions, a 3-yard gain on the play.
Well, Kirk, I tell you two things I like about this plan so far. Eric Price, offensive coordinator, he told us we are going to attack the edges of the Birmingham defense. They were aggressive last week. I thought they got away with maybe being a little bit too aggressive at times. In pistol formation, there's nothing I love more as an offensive lineman. Even that formation up where the defense can't get a tell on where the run may go.
Cole, they're going to keep it on the ground with another run here. Enough for the first down. That's Jalen White back in the ball game getting the carry. So far, so good for the Houston Gamblers. There's a look at the numbers last week for Houston. 42 rushes, fewest in the UFL.
I'm a little surprised at that last play call. I thought with the situation of knowing you're going to get 4 downs no matter what when you cross the 50, thought they would have been able to go down the field a little bit.
Got a flag down to the field here. Looks like it's going to be offsides against Birmingham. A great catch in traffic by Justin Hall just in time to the 21-yard line. A 14-yard gain and another first down for the Gamblers. Isaiah Green may appear to be offsides. Number 95, pardon me, number 50 for the Stallions.
Well, this is just a nice job by the quarterback, though, realizing I've got to play. And so seeing Hunter Deckers reverse pivot, get to the outside, and continue on with the play, keeping his eyes downfield. And this is why they're excited about starting Hunter Deckers at quarterback this week. Those types of plays.
He's sharp so far in this opening drive. Handed off in a nice cutback by White. Still on his feet, plowing forward. He'll pick up a little over 3 yards on that carry. Jalen White out of Georgia Southern.
I just love right in between the tackles. That's where this run game is going for Houston. Last week did not have this type of runs because the game got out of hand so quickly. Today you can see it is methodical the way that they're running the football. Inside, outside, we've seen the fly series as well. And then the quarterback moving, getting out of the pocket.
On 2nd down and 7, Yarns in the backfield. They fake the jet sweep. Yarns with the carry over the right side. It'll set up a 3rd down and about 2 to go on the 5-yard gain. Stephen Gilmore making the tackle for the Stallions. A metronomic, methodical drive so far down the field for Houston on their opening series.
Now a little tempo.
They get up quickly, and that's going to be enough for the first down. Yarns on the carry. They'll move the chains again. 1st and goal for the Gamblers.
They've ran the ball more times in this first series than they did all of last game. So that kind of goes to the mentality that they have. And you mentioned it, Harry. They're right back on the football. They like this up-tempo attack.
Tempo again, the cutback by Yarns. The ball came loose, and the Stallions recovered it. The Gamblers give it away, put it on the ground. A big hit by Tizzino. And he punched it loose. And the Gamblers turn it over.
What a job by Kiava Tizzino right there, 31. He knocks that ball out. The old Peanut Tillman, the peanut punch. Right before Yarns gets down to the ground, a nice job by Tizzino punching that ball out, and that's a fumble.
Trey Norwood making the fumble recovery in what was otherwise an impressive opening drive for Houston. 1st and 10, Birmingham. The UFL is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Progressive makes bundling home and auto easy. Jim Kelly, USFL 1984 Rookie of the Year, former U of M star. Let's go downstairs to Cole.
I've got Stallions defender Kiava Tizzino, excuse me. Your defensive coordinator told us in our meetings, you guys didn't tackle live in camp, but you did work on attacking the football and getting the football out. How much did that pay off on that play right there?
Paid off a lot. I mean, that's just kind of my whole MO. Want to get the ball out, create the turnovers for the offense and go out there and score. So, you know, all glory to God. And be looking for me on the next drive. I'm going to do the same thing.
How do you guys neutralize the rushing attack that Houston had some success with there on that first drive?
I mean, we just got to calm down. I think the biggest thing is probably some jitters, second game. And when we go back out there, things you should see a difference.
Thank you, Calvin.
Appreciate it.
Tizino, no doubt a beneficiary of the Kirk Morrison scholarship fund at San Diego State, right?
Oh, they didn't get no NIL out of me. Oh, no, they didn't get no NIL out of me. I ain't
got the Morrison dollars falling out of his pockets. That's why he can create fumbles. First down and 10 for the Stallions after the turnover. They keep it on the ground with Anthony McFarland nowhere to go. Matt Corral, the starting quarterback, went 21-30 last week. And, Kirk, they really love their receivers room. They feel like they have 7 #1 receivers in that room. We'll see how much they get the ball today.
You talk about a lot of NFL experience. You mentioned it with John Ross, Laviska Shenault, Deion Kane, Daewood Davis, Jadon Mickens, a Super Bowl champion. You've got guys with NFL experience.
They keep it on the ground on second down out to the 9-yard line. McFarland again, Newsome making the tackle. A gain of 3, setting up a 3rd down. And a 5 to go.
This is the big down right here. You get 2 runs on that 1st and 2nd down, but this secondary had a tough day last week versus Dallas. This is the first time they can go out and test how this defensive front is going to allow them to cover in the back end. They couldn't cover at all last week.
And last week they couldn't stop a sentence with a period in the secondary. 3rd and 7. Corral pumps, delivers, complete. Out at the 24-yard line, 1st and 10 to Mickens, who picks up for 15 to move the chains.
And he's the last option on that. Remember, Mickens last week, he had 9 catches. He's sort of the 3rd option on this play. Watch Corral. Keeps his eyes downfield, and he's going through the progression, just trying to find a guy, and a nice job by Mickens doing what? Showing hands, uncovering late in the down. And a nice throw from Corral for the 1st down.
Kirk, you talk about those 9 catches last week. Well, 5 of those catches came on 3rd down. Talk to him in pregame. He's pretty juiced up about this one today as well.
Coming up clutch out of the backfield, complete to McFarland. He's going to pick up a 1st down and then some. A gain of about 13 on the play. But it looks like we've got a
injured
player injured behind the play. Taylor Priolo. Slow to get up.
Mark, keep in mind, this is a Birmingham offensive line already dinged up. Noah Johnson, starting center last week, who I thought had a really nice game, did not travel. Andrew Rahm getting the start for him. Now you lose an offensive tackle. The good news would be Jordan Thomas, tight end for the Stallions, has actually played a little bit of offensive tackle for him. He actually played defensive end for the Panthers as well. So 81 might be your next in line if you were to lose another tackle here for Birmingham.
Cole, what kind of transition is that?
A hell of a transition. Okay. All the transition.
Hey, man. 1st down and 10. Corral surveys. Flag down on the field. Corral still on his feet and diving forward to the 46-yard line. Let's see if it stands. There's a flag at about the 47-yard line, near side of the field.
Holding on the defense, number 37.
Holding defense, number 37.
37.
So we can tag that up.
Tagging that, correct.
Holding defense, number 37. That 5-yard penalty is added to the end of the run. 1st down.
Yeah, this was going to be on Carlton Johnson, and it's Laviska Shenault who's on the route. It was a nice route that he had, but just a little too handsy was Carlton Johnson at the top of the route. Official threw the flag, but a terrific route by Shenault.
Birmingham at the 50. Remember, once you cross the 50, unable to punt, except for in the last 2 minutes. They're going to keep it on the ground again. This is Snoop Connor this time, a teammate of Matt Corral's back in college. Joyner making the tackle.
You know, A.J. McCarron's always, to me, I thought, been a fiery quarterback, always been a guy with great poise, but it was always a guy who was really aggressive when it came to being a quarterback. It's different seeing him on the sideline, just more calm in these situations.
Funny how they change sometimes. Corral with time lays it in, a great touch pass to Barber. who picks up 21 on the play and another first down.
Oh, it's all about timing and patience. Watch Matt Corral. He wants to throw this ball right now, but he waited, and he got it right out in front of Carlton Johnson. See 37, tried to get that hand in there, just didn't have enough time. Just a terrific throw, and Barber right there on the money. That's a nice job of patience, allowing the route to develop, and it layering over Carlton Johnson, number 37.
Remember, Matt Corral had that late season foot injury back at Ole Miss. Impacted his draft status a little bit. Barber makes the catch down to the 20-yard line. 6-yard pickup that time. 5.5 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Eli Walker making the tackle in the secondary.
And Mark and Kirk, I wanted to go back to that conversation you guys had about A.J. McCarron and that coaching style. I thought it was so interesting in our meetings, him telling us that confidence is what he felt most important to inject into Matt Corral. That Matt, the majority of his career with a lot of the coaches he had, was always looking over that shoulder. Yeah. You think about the talent, where he was drafted, the throws that he makes, and still felt like he was somebody that came into this season and they needed to eliminate that thought of, hey, if I make a mistake, I'm going to go to the bench.
Great point called. They keep it on the ground with Snoop Connor. They have told Corral over and over, hey, it's your team, right? In an effort to imbue him with a lot of confidence to really get the most out of him.
I think it was like early on too in his UFL career, he was still looking over his shoulder. Really wasn't the starter, had to really play himself into a starting role. Yes. But these are the moments right here when you get inside the red zone. Matt Corral, one of the better quarterbacks in this league, about knowing where to go with the football.
3rd and 3. Toss to the wide side of the field. And that's going to be short of the first down. Connor didn't quite get there. He's about 2 feet short of that first down marker. Anthony Hines with a nice tackle.
Yeah, nice job by Hines. Watch, he's on the backside, and watch him come hustle. He gets all the way down. He makes the play. That's a nice job of making the stop before that line the game. But here we are on 4th down, and I don't see a field goal kicker out there.
They're going to go for it. 4th and 1. Snoop Connor in the backfield beside Matt Corral. On the quick slant, incomplete, and the Gamblers defense holds. They'll get off the field. Newsome with great coverage on Justin Ross.
Oh, what a job by Newsome. He knew the route that was coming. He's sitting down and he's squatting. He's waiting, and that ball's delivered. He knocks that thing away. We had a stop on the opposite side earlier.
Back here in Houston, Gamblers and Stallions, UFL action. 2 long drives, no score in the first quarter. But I want to show you something about futures betting at DraftKings Sportsbook. Look at the current UFL title odds. The Stallions co-favorites with the Renegades. According to DraftKings, those are the 2 most likely teams to win the title this year. The Gamblers started the season with plus 1,500 odds. They're even longer now after their Week 1 loss. Now 45-1, so that's why you see a 7.5-point spread. A road team favored by 7.5 here. Most likely team, or one of the most likely teams to win, versus the team least likely to win the title this year. And by the way, those long drives, no scores. Kirk Morrison, we gotta like that for our under, don't we?
Yeah.
You can call me on
track so far. So far.
You can call me on the under.
Hey, 45-1. So you make a few mortgage payments if you hit on that. With the Gamblers, they've got the football right now. Had a 12-play drive earlier, resulting in a fumble in the red zone. Deckers on the move. Slides in at the 23. Let's listen in to Coach Price.
Right. Huddle up, huddle, hustle. Pistol, bunch right. Ron Truck, kill Liz Wilson. Bunch right.
Ron Truck, kill Liz Wilson. On one, ready? Ron Truck, kill Liz Wilson. What do you want, Jack? Kill, right. We're good. On the quick. Right, it's high.
White on the toss. Boy, somebody missed a tackle in the backfield. Could have had a loss. Instead, White picks up the first down on a spirited run. Jalen White picked up 6 on the play.
Yeah, when you have this group of running backs, you don't know how many times you're going to get an opportunity to run the football with Yarns and Merritt. This time, White got his opportunity, made a guy miss, but you love early on. I love the way that they're running the football. They're right now, they're aggressive at what they're doing at the line of scrimmage.
Kevin Sumlin talked to us in our meeting with him about how there's only 7 or 8 possessions, so each one extremely valuable. Deckers downfield. Overshoots his receiver, but there's a flag on the play. Tried to hit Moreno Cropper.
Defensive pass interference number 22.
I want you to see this route.
Defense number 22. Ball is placed in the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
Well, this is a nice job by Stephen Gilmore to do what? To hold. Because if he doesn't hold, this is probably going to be a touchdown. Nice job by Jalen Moreno Cooper on the outside with his route. Took him to the outside, then went back to the inside. Had Gilmore in the sprint cycle. All he could do was hold on, because that would have been a touchdown. A nice route on the outside.
Ball out near midfield right now with the 48-yard line. First down and 10 for the Gamblers. Deckers fires. Intercepted at the 35-yard line. Oh, no. They're going to say it bounced. Alex Cook sold it well. It was Cook that missed that tackle a moment ago. Almost had some redemption in that pick.
Yeah, it was almost an interception. I don't think he got both hands underneath that football. Looked to be a little bit of a short hop like a second baseman. That ball sailed on Deckers a little bit. See Deckers sitting back. He's in the pocket. He's looking. That ball just sailed just a little bit. And two guys in the same zone. You got two guys in the same zone. Almost ran into each other.
Second and 10. Deckers goes through his progression. Tried to check it down on the screen. Nobody there. Jalen White was the closest receiver.
Let's go. Third and 10. Third and 10. Left hash. Water. Alert water. Let's go back. Back gains. 22 extra late. Have a catch trail.
They have yet to cross midfield. So they still have the option to punt if they choose. 89 seconds to go in the first quarter. Deckers with a clean pocket, fires too high. Intended for Justin Hull. And we're going to have a punt here coming up down for the Gamblers.
Yeah, that's just another ball that sails again on Hunter Deckers. I think you got to calm him down just a little bit. Everything's been where high, right? Having a wide receiver having to reach up over his head. That ball's got to be right there on the numbers, and that's a first down conversion. And I think Deckers is telling himself that right now. I got to get that ball a little bit lower.
Especially going over the middle of the football field. You don't want to be climbing that ladder. Hey, those defenders are coming downhill to deplete you.
And get you to urgent care. You don't want that to happen.
Start to have those alligator arms.
52 seconds to go in the first quarter. Barber back for this punt. Rivers with a high spiral punt. It'll carry him into the end zone. It'll come out first down and 10. Well, week 2 UFL schedule is capped off by the St. Louis Battlehawks against the Renegades, who are both 1-0. Tuesday night, that's right, Tuesday night at 8 Eastern on FS1. We were in St. Louis last week, and there's a look at the numbers on Austin Reed, week 1 against the Gamblers.
A UFL record.
376. I mean, he tore up that secondary. There's no nice way to put it.
No, he did everything he wanted to do. He put the ball everywhere, and it was really a lot for the running backs out of the backfield, too. The running backs tore it up, but what a game for Austin Reed against this Houston defense. Has had a much better start to this game this week than obviously they did a week ago versus Dallas.
All right, here we go. Second possession of the football game for the Stallions, and quarterback Matt Corral. First down and 10 from the 25. They go empty formation, 5 receivers. At the 30, it's complete. Deschanel, out of Colorado, picked up 7.
Dolphin left.
Let's listen to Siski.
Dolphin left. 60, lease, 10. Dolphin left. 60, lease.
There we go. And we got Dolphin left. 60 lease. On one, ready? Vendors, 60.
So this will be 6-man protection. That's what 60 will be. That's Tyler Siski and I had that under Jimbo Fisher. We were in college. The back will stay in to help. I would imagine lease would tell the back to go left.
And Cole, that's going to have to wait until the second quarter, partner. But I love the insight. Zeros on the board after the first 15 minutes. Back to look at our teams this year in the United Football League. Once again, 8 teams, 3 new ones. Louisville, Columbus, Orlando. New squads. And, hey, interesting to note that no more divisional play. It's just straight 8. One league.
Yeah.
One conference.
Like the Big 12.
Yeah. Big 8.
Yeah, that's how you do it now.
The biggest thing is, Mark, pronouncing Louisville the correct way.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I know that meant a lot to you, Harry.
Yeah. From the Hall of Famer of the Cardinals. I love it.
All right, switch again here in the second quarter.
Here we go. And we got Dolphin left. 60 least. On ready.
So as Cole told us before we went to break, max protection, 6 guys.
Yeah, 6 guys. Remember, you got 4 wide receivers on the field, and they're all spread out. That means everybody's got to be involved in his protection.
Corral, quick 3-step drop, completes it at the 38-yard line to Deion Kane with his first touch of the football game. Kane, former Clemson wideout, brought down by Kerry Vincent.
So the one thing I would throw to you, Harry Douglas, is this: the speed that these receivers for Birmingham have. I'm watching the corners of Houston, how far off they're playing. They respect the speed of guys like Ross and Kane because they know they can get behind them.
And you have to, right? You have a guy that runs a 4.22. Next thing you know, if you don't get out of your back pedal, if you don't play a few yards off, he's going over your head, bombs over Baghdad.
Claiming Louisville, now you got to get your Atlanta references in too.
Yeah, he heard about Ludacris at halftime. That's all that is.
Hey, they better be ready to move and get out the way.
Oh, I would say for those receivers, they're ready to act a fool.
But there's a lot of respect.
Birmingham will show you some Southern hospitality now.
Oh, there you go. Your turn, Kirk.
But look at the respect. See, this got space down here. Look at the space that these cornerbacks are giving these receivers.
Blitz coming up the middle, and he gets it off in time. Great pickup by Corral to Justin Ross for 8 yards, eluding harm on that blitz.
It's just a right little underneath route right there by Ross. So you've got to make sure that you beat the defender to the inside. Now the defender's playing trail. That ball has to be right out in front, and that's where Corral put that football, allowing Ross to do what? Catch and run elements.
Ross with that 4.21 speed. That guy's quicker than gossip. Corral downfield. Nobody home, and it's picked off at the 20-yard line. Kerry Vincent with the INT for the home team. And the Gamblers will have it 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line. He ran it back 21 yards.
Oh, what a terrific job by Kerry Vincent. This is all technique. This is a technique interception because all he does is sit back and reads the eyes of the quarterback. He allows the route. Watch Vincent right here. See his technique? He's sitting there. Well, where's his eyes at? On the quarterback. He knows I can cover that route behind me, but my eyes are on the quarterback. That ball's in the air. It turns into a punt return, and a nice job by Kerry Vincent.
Gamblers going to have good starting field position on this drive at their own 41-yard line.
Hey, let's go run. Ready.
Hunter Deckers gets it out quickly, incomplete, a little bit high. Let's go down to Harry.
I'm here with Mr. Interception Maker Kerry Vincent, and I have to let you know, on this Easter Sunday, my man, you have earned an Easter egg, so go ahead and take that. You got some candy in there. Don't eat it during the ball game, but after the game, you can have that. What did you see from the quarterback that allowed you to get that interception?
Ball up, ball in the air is my ball. When take it, making a play, keep doing it. We'll come away with this win.
Great job, man.
Appreciate you.
From the 41-yard line. This is White. Jalen White cut it up north-south, got out to the 47-yard line. It'll be 3rd down after that 6-yard gain. Isaiah Green May making the tackle on the play. 3rd and 4.
F short, bunch right, 26, F cash. All ready.
I tell you what, word might get around a little bit now that Harry's giving out Easter eggs on the sidelines after big plays.
I will keep an eye on Jatre Kirkland right here in the slot. I think he's the guy that gets this football.
Complete down to the 47-yard line. Justin Hall with the reception, and they'll move the sticks. I
I've been very impressed with offensive coordinator Eric Price. Just doing a great job of getting different guys to football, run game, pass game, utilizing motion. What we call this route right here by Hall is a choice route. You have a choice to break out, break in, or hook up. Great job reading zone coverage, hooking up.
This time they'll run it with White, stopped up by Bledsoe almost immediately. Little or no gain on the play.
Yeah, just giving Hunter Dekkers options. Remember, this is his first start in the UFL.
Lefty out of Iowa State.
And what we're seeing is he's a little bit calmer. That ball's still sailing on him a little bit, but when he's calm and he delivers, that ball's right where it needs to be.
We're going to have an offsides here. Dekkers fires complete. That one not high. Found Kirkland. And Kirkland down to the 41-yard line.
Called defense, number 96 offside.
Are they going to take this? Yes. Number 96. Offside. Defense, number 96 in the neutral zone at the snap. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Still second down.
Big 12, Big 12, Big 12.
Uh-oh, Big 12. I love Big 12. Two tight ends in the game, Cole.
This might be the biggest combination of tight ends, but two teams combined I think I've ever seen.
We got 85, Spivey, and Sutton, big tight ends on that left side.
242 and 268. Yarns in the backfield, takes the handoff. Over the right side. Found a nice crease down to the 34-yard line, and another first down on that 7-yard scamper.
I love the way that he keeps his shoulders square. Marcus Yarns does. This is a zone play, but see how the shoulders are square? He's selling like he's going on the inside, but this play is designed to get to the outside. That's why nobody was there. Everybody's thinking he's going between the tackles, but it's designed to get outside of those tackles.
Monday. Get set, get set. Get set, Keys, get set. They were ready.
Dekkers had a lot of time. The reception made to the 33-yard line by Jalen White.
Fix right off close. Liz Waco Z pigeon. Fix right off close. Liz Waco Z pigeon.
Fix right off close. No, it should be Rip. Fix left off.
Okay, so the 11 personnel, one back, one tight end.
Fix right off close. Rip Waco Z pigeon. Hey, Liz Waco Z pigeon. Monday. Ready.
On 2nd and 7, Dekkers going to keep it himself. Slides in safely at the 23-yard line, and another Gambler first down.
Yeah, that's a design QB run. It looks like RPO, like he's supposed to read this defensive end on the outside, but just watch. Defensive end crashes down, but this was, to me, a design QB run by the look of the defense, and that's how you get an easy first down pickup by the quarterback.
Another impressive drive here for the Gamblers, approaching the red zone. Looking to avoid a turnover like the previous time they got this deep. They keep it on the ground with White down to the 21-yard line. 10th play of the drive.
Well, fellas, remember, too, offensive coordinator Eric Price told us in our meetings he was going to put in some call it and run it.
Yes.
Instead of having all these different options, take a little bit of the thought out of it.
You're exactly right. When you give quarterbacks all this freedom, right, Cole? They get to the line of scrimmage, and they want to check out of every run so they can throw it. He's like, no. We're going to call some runs, and we're not going to check out of them. That's, I think, what we're seeing so far from Houston.
They run it. Huge hole up the middle, and another first down. It'll be 1st and goal, Houston.
Well, it's a little bit easy when you got Armani Bledsoe getting out of your gap. Watch number 95. When he goes here, it's easy for the run to go north and south. You get vertical. When a guy gets out of the gap, you get north. And that's an easy pickup by the offense.
Little tempo up to the line quickly. We got a flag on the near side of the field.
13.
False start. Offense number 13. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
It's Jontre Kirkland. Interesting. Back to Eric Price, the offensive coordinator. He was looking for a 60-40 run-to-pass ratio. haven't looked at the numbers, but it feels kind of close. Jalen White in the backfield.
Hey, what do you want? We're good? We're good, we're good. Kill, 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 kill.
Wow, love that, love that.
It's going to be White. Nowhere to go, swarmed in the backfield. He's going to lose a couple of yards. It'll be 2nd and goal. Take Crowder there to meet him first.
Cole, what am I seeing? What am I hearing? Because it seems like Hunter Dekkers is trying to figure something out, and the center checks it and kills it. Is that a line call right there, Cole?
If you have that freedom, absolutely. It depends on that relationship between quarterback and center. My responsibility, I make the blocking calls. You give me the play. Now, we have the freedom sometimes to go left, right. We can change the point linebacker, and that'll change a lot of different responsibilities as well.
Dekkers here with all day, guys. Eludes one tackler on his scooter and throws it away, incomplete. TJ Carter in heavy pursuit, setting up a 3rd down and goal.
Nice job by the defense, just plastering. Just find the guy in your spot.
Y stick, X Oscar,
Hey, trips right, 353. Y stick, X Oscar.
I would say also about the quarterback, not forcing the issue, and just throwing the football away, live to play another down. You know you have an opportunity to attempt a field goal if you can't pick up this 1st down. Don't turn it over.
Dekkers complete. Nice catch by Cam Sutton, but he's bottled up quickly. And nowhere to go for him. Alex Cook, first one to get there. So in comes the field goal unit led by John Hoyland, who was 1 for 1 last week. Made a field goal from 44 yards out in that loss against Dallas. Approaching 6 minutes to go in the opening half. He's got plenty of leg. Made a 60-yarder in practice a couple of days ago. This one coming from just 32 yards out. And Hoyland knocks it through to give Houston the first points of this ball game with 5:54 to go in the opening half. A.J. McCarron's team will have the football.
Welcome back to Shell Energy Stadium. I'm with center Jack Kramer. And from what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing, are you making checks at the line of scrimmage?
Yes, sir. It was part of our game plan this week. You know, we knew this Houston crowd would be loud for us. And our biggest thing this week was communicate. It was across all 3 phases of this game. Going in was our big thing was to communicate. So, you know, we put that responsibility on me this week. You know, give me a little leeway to what I'm seeing up front, what they're doing in the secondary. And then the linebackers as well, whether they're bumping or they're playing back. So, like you said, just making these checks and getting this line right.
So what makes you kill a play?
Depends on all back where the linebackers, if they're plus or if they're minus or if they're staying true to their gaps. So what they're giving us out there, they've given us, you know, kind of all 3 looks right now. So I'm just going based on what they're giving us.
I love every bit of this. You know what? Big guys need loving too.
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Thanks, bud.
Thank you.
Giving big man a little equity, a little more equity in the offense.
That's a great conversation right there. Just the task of what is on the shoulders of Jack Kramer today, helping out a quarterback, and Hunter Dekkers just came out of the tent in his first start in the UFL.
A great insight down there from the sidelines. Cole and Harry doing a great job down there, under 6 minutes to go. And boy, you wonder about Dekkers. He's now going, it appears to be, into the locker room to be attended to by the athletic training staff. So remember, it was Nolan Henderson that started last week, then was relieved by Dekkers. This is Chenault on the return and brought down shy the 30 at the 28-yard line. Well, here's the Week 3 UFL schedule. Friday night, Orlando Storm, Louisville Kings is on Fox. Sunday afternoon on ESPN and the ESPN app, we have Houston and DC Defenders. And next Sunday on an ABC doubleheader, the Columbus Aviators and Dallas Renegades at noon Eastern. Then the Birmingham Stallions and St. Louis Battlehawks.
Wow, UFL in full swing, baby.
Yes,
indeed.
There's a look at Dekkers headed back to the locker room, as I mentioned a moment ago. Back corral. Incomplete at the 34-yard line, intended for Justin Ross. Let's go down to Harry for this update on the quarterback Dekkers.
Yeah, guys, I just got word Hunter Dekkers is going to the locker room. He is questionable to return with the potential of an AC joint in his shoulder.
Oh, boy. I'm guessing that's his
I think it was
shoulder.
Yeah, it was
right?
on that one play. Remember where he extended the play?
Yeah.
I thought when he got all the way to outside, he threw the ball away, but it was a late big hit by T.J. Carter, 96 of Birmingham.
Corral hands it off. Nowhere to go that time. Stopped at the 22-yard line. Is Snoop Connor. A loss of 3 on the play. Joyner making the stop.
Yeah, nice job by Joyner. Watch him ride the wave. He's going to ride the wave and then make the play. Nice job by the defensive tackle. Doesn't go all the way down, but see how he rides the wave, hands free, shed, and go make a play. That's a nice defensive play.
You're riding the wave like a do-rag. He was on it.
Yeah, that's how you ride the wave right there, baby.
Third and long for Matt Corral. Still looking to turn it loose. Comes underneath and almost intercepted again for the second time tonight.
Yeah, I think
it was
that's
intended for John Ross.
You got to continue to break your route out towards the sideline.
Yeah, that's just, I give a ton of credit to this Houston Gamblers secondary. Last week, they couldn't cover anybody. Today, they're communicating. They're on the same page. And right now, they're making it very difficult for Matt Corral and this offense of Birmingham.
Yeah, Kevin Sumlin promised us that they would be much better today, and so far they have been up to the task. Lawrence Keys back for this punt at his own 29-yard line for the Gamblers, who lead 3-0. See the over-under at 43.5 points.
Still 4th down.
And you get a delay of game, too.
Wow. The Gamblers with a full complement of 3 timeouts remaining in the half with 4:08 to go. So they'll move it back 5 more yards, and Obi Wadman will punt from his own 5 this time. This will be returnable.
Absolutely not.
But he'll watch it bounce instead down to the 33. It'll be 1st and 10 from there. And we'll see a new quarterback. Nolan Henderson will take over the reins of this Gamblers offense.
Back here in Houston, Gamblers leading the Stallions 3-0 late in the second quarter. As your sports betting analyst, everything we've talked about to this point has been wagers that have been made before kickoff. But I have to tell you about the opportunity to wager on live odds. You see here at DraftKings Sportsbook, at this juncture, the difference between the spread before the game started and where we're at right now. Birmingham goes from a 7.5-point favorite pre-kickoff to now just a 1.5-point favorite. With Deckers going to the bench and maybe being out of this game with an injury, perhaps that's an opportunity to wager on these Stallions, because instead of having to win by 8 from here on out, if they just win this game by 2 points on a 1.5-point live spread, you win that wager. That's something, Mark Kirk, that I'm going to consider after watching their backup get in the game here for the Gamblers.
Yeah, going to be an interesting storyline to watch. Nolan Henderson taking over at QB, fires incomplete on his first snap, intended for Moreno Cropper. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Keep in mind that Nolan Henderson started last week's game, and that was in Dallas. He was not at his best. He actually threw a pick 6 on the 2nd series of the game last week, and soon after that was pulled.
He had a tough time seeing the field last week, and it was a nice job by the defense of Dallas as well that really put him and gave him some difficult looks. Just couldn't find an open receiver.
They'll hand it off this time to Jalen White. Bledsoe makes the tackle. Now, in fairness, Kirk, to Nolan Henderson, he might have faced maybe the premier defense, right? The best secondary, at least, in the UFL.
Absolutely.
In Dallas.
Yeah, not only best, just defense. I mean, that secondary with the guys up front. So it'll be interesting, how does this game plan change? I remember earlier I said Hunter Deckers, lefty. Now Nolan Henderson, the righty. So now calls that were in for this week are going to be flipped to the right side.
3 minutes to go in the half. Nolan Henderson on the moves, flushed out of the pocket, got some good wheels, will pick up the 1st down and then some, and got clobbered out of bounds by Alex Cook. He fried the quarterback. Henderson ran for 15.
After the play was over,
down on the
unnecessary
sideline.
roughness, number 30 on the defense.
So this is the conversation that they're trying to have right now, because he got pushed by 17.
Number 30. It is not a foul on number 30.
See, this is what I'm saying.
On the offense. I don't know if for sure if it was 17. I think it's
17,
it's
maybe?
Jalen Moreno.
17.
So watch at the end of the play. We saw the end of the play.
So we got a UNR on 17? UNR on 17? Okay. No? Okay.
Here we go.
There is no foul on the play as the defender was pushed into the contact by number 17 of the offense. First down.
So I want you to watch at the end of the play. We all saw the final result, but the reason why you're going to have this hit at the end is being pushed. Coming right here. Here's Moreno right there. He pushes, and that's where the hit comes from.
Oh, yeah.
So we saw the final result of the hit by Cook, and we assumed that was a roughing or unsportsmanlike conduct on Cook, but it was because of the late block by Jalen Moreno proper and a nice job by the officials coming together.
Yeah. Two and a half minutes to go in the half. Down the seam, complete, and another first down at the 26-yard line. Cam Sutton with the reception, and Nolan Henderson throwing that ball, delivering it with authority for 19 yards.
Well, I know Cole Kublik has been talking about it all week, the seam route. We finally got a seam, Cole. At times, Sutton right up the seam of the defense of the Stallions.
Henderson hands it off. Yarns might have picked up a yard on the play. And we're going to hit the 2-minute timeout. 3-0 Gamblers with the lead, but a little bit of momentum and a brand new quarterback for Kevin Sumlin.
Sumlin, what was the explanation on why they didn't call a personal foul on that last play?
Well, it said that he was shoved into him. My question was not the shove or not the protection. It was the shot to the head, right? A forearm, I don't know, a natural reaction when somebody gets shoved to throw a forearm to the face. So that's what I was arguing about.
So you have a quarterback change. Hunter Deckers is out, questionable to return.
Right. And almost lost another one right there.
But Nolan Henderson doing a great job so far. What's the difference between the two guys?
I don't know. He started the game last week, so he had a really better training camp. But, he struggled early last week. Deckers did a good job at the beginning, hurt his shoulder over there on their sideline. So, yeah, that's why I'm a little bit on edge because it's hard to lose another guy in the first half.
I understand. Thanks, Coach.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
The words of head coach Kevin Sumlin. Hey, remember, Henderson returned in the second quarter after being initially pulled in the first quarter last week in that loss against Dallas, but he threw another interception. And it was pretty much done for the game after that. 2nd and 9. He's the option and only one right now. Jalen White on the carry. Down to the 21-yard line. Houston has been inside the 10-yard line twice already tonight and don't have a touchdown to show for it.
Yeah, and now they're putting two backs in the backfield. That time you had Jalen White along with Yarn. So you're putting two backs in the backfield, trying to give a different look to this Birmingham defense. They're trying to eat this clock up, not trying to give this ball back to Birmingham. So you may see the ball on the ground again at some point if they're able to convert again on third.
On 3rd and 6, and a big hit at the 20-yard line immediately by Cook. Made the hit on Jalen White. Let's go to Mike Pereira. Mike, let's go back and explain what the call was all about. And you heard what Kevin Sumlin had to say.
Yeah, and I think, listen, the official that called it actually threw the flag is the one that then stepped in and said, look, it's not a foul because he got shoved from behind into the contact. And if you actually look at it, I understand why Kevin is upset, but he hits him clearly in the back, and really that propels the shoulder forward. So even though there's some contact to the head area, it's not one to me that you can put on the defender. You can see there that he does follow through with that, but that's right after the hit. So I don't think that's a foul. I think it was a really good job by the officials.
All right, thanks a lot, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, if you push from behind, you're in self-preservation mode.
Absolutely, 100%. Yeah. And again, we saw the final result.
Right.
And it always looks worse than when you go back and look at it, you realize he was hit in the back. And that's part of why we got the result that we did.
This field goal attempt by Hoyland coming from 37 yards out. He's already knocked one through earlier this afternoon. And this one is pure as well. The Gamblers up 6-0 with 1:11 to go in the first half. Houston doubling up on Birmingham already pretty much with 181 total yards.
Trying to get people to jump, and then they're on the center. Yeah, he's clear on the center. He's switching to the other side. If he draws a reaction, then it becomes a foul. Well, it's going to draw a reaction. Because we're coaching him not to move. If my guy moves, are you telling me it's a foul on that?
Here's what coach is talking about here. What exactly is Coach Sumlin's beef?
I think it's just the abrupt action of staying off the snapper. Obviously, the snapper is a guy that's the most precious person on that play.
And unprotected.
And that's what he's saying. Is it an abrupt movement, or is it the movement after the ball is snapped? And I think he's just trying to get clarification so that he can tell his guys if the same opportunity presents itself.
It almost feels, Kirk and Harry and Cole, that Houston should be up a lot more than 6-0 right now, but they're not.
They've had the opportunities. They just couldn't cash it in into the end zone. Their drives have stalled, and it's really been the third down conversions inside the red zone.
Also, the self-inflicted wounds.
Hey, for what it's worth, Nolan Henderson looked pretty sharp on that drive. And it'll go into the end zone, come out first down and 10. Meanwhile, the Stallions have had a couple of costly miscues. Here's one of them.
Yeah, that was a fourth down play. The interception by Matt Corral, and this is just uncharacteristic of the Birmingham Stallions football team. Last week, it was a breeze. Right now, I wouldn't say a breeze, but they won the football game at the end, being able to make the plays when needed. Today, a little bit different. They haven't had that same continuity that we saw throughout last week.
And that opening drive, they were on the field for 11 plays, moved it down the field 77 yards since that time. Stalling out. Corral completed the 48-yard line to Justin Ross, a former Clemson wideout who won a couple of Super Bowl trophies with the Kansas City Chiefs. 26-year-old.
And this sequence right here is maybe what Matt Corral needs. A little bit of 2-minute, kind of a backyard football type of spread them out. Being able to see the defense, but also see the rush in front of you.
And remember, with under 2 minutes to go, you can punt if you choose. Pass complete out of the 48-yard line, and a good tackle on Deon Cain by Kerry Vincent in the open field. Cain, a tough guy to bring down at 6'1". With 1 minute to go now, it'll be first down and 10.
You got to be able to tackle in these situations. As far off as these corners are playing, giving a lot of respect to the speed of the Stallions receivers, they're going to throw that hot route, those quick routes. You got to come up and tackle, and they've done a good job in the first half in doing so. All right. So we got a little bit of cover one. So you're going to have a safety deep in the middle of the field, but man-to-man coverage underneath.
See how they match up. Cain to the bottom of your screen. They go the other way, complete at the 40-yard line, and a little room to run for Justin Ross. Brought down at the 29. It'll be first and 10 on that 18-yard gallop with 52 seconds to go.
You want it to be a little bit tighter if you're playing cover one. You're still playing off. I think cover one, you want to see a little bit tighter coverage.
Corral underneath, checks it down to Cain. And Cain makes it down to the 16-yard line. Another first down on that 13-yard gain. They've got 2 timeouts. Pardon me, 1 remaining. 42 seconds to go. Corral on the out, completes it at the 6-yard line to Mickens. It'll be first and goal.
This is just like recess for Matt Corral, right?
Okay.
This is just like recess. When you got 4 wide receivers out there, it's almost pick the route. Find the matchup that you want. That's why I said this will be the best for him in this first half. Things haven't gone your way, but you get in this 2-minute where the defense, you can only play a couple coverages. Man, zone, you may get one pressure, and right now, Matt Corral's carving it up.
Well, keep in mind, too, playing for Lane Kiffin in college, he's got a lot of tempo in his background.
So you can see that up-tempo.
Seconds to go in the first half. This is as impressive as they've looked since the opening drive when they went 77 yards.
Now remember, everything has to be to the end zone with no timeouts. Not a lot of time to be able to make a play and kill. So you're trying to maximize the amount of plays here left at first and goal. Don't want to get tackled inbounds.
Here we go. First and goal from the 6. Snoop Connor in the backfield.
Watch number 12 here, Jaden Mickens.
In motion towards the top of your screen.
Timeout Houston. Timeout Houston.
Houston, second charge.
Gamblers called timeout.
30 seconds.
They've got 2 remaining after this.
I love that. This is a good timeout.
You see what they were making?
Just a skit. You know, we call that a Kodak timeout.
Okay.
Okay. It's a Kodak timeout because you just take a picture. Take a picture of what this offense is doing. That's why I call it timeouts, yeah. See that?
We'll go turf right, 61, Ohio, Y stripe fade. Turf right, 61, Ohio, Y stripe fade.
Fade. Operative word there?
Yeah, 60 going to be 6-man per team. You get that fade route, most likely to the Y.
Hey, we got turf right, 61, Ohio, Y stripe pylon.
Pylon. I think you're trying to get that Deion Kane over here at the top. You got here, but then you also got the fade down here. So you got 2 guys.
Into the end zone. Touchdown. Birmingham on the board. Mickens with the grab.
He's just so reliable.
Yeah.
It's a guy that's played a lot of football. Won a Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And that's his favorite route. So you have the 2 trees on the outside in Chenault and Ross, but just watch this route. It's an up, and then once he gets to the out, that ball's already in the air. Nice job by Corral. See it? He makes it. That ball's thrown right now. And it's easy. Go up and go grab it. Jaden Mickens, the Super Bowl champion with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You mentioned it.
Was he the #1 option on that, you think?
I don't think he was the #1 option.
Okay.
I believe that, remember, it was supposed to be
fade.
To the fade.
Right.
He's calling it to the pylon. So he's called pylon, but a nice job by Houston taking away the pylon. So they go to the 3rd option.
They rolled the dice.
And that's what Coach Siski said. He said, look, last week I didn't think Jaden would get 9 catches, but a nice job by Corral going through his progressions and finding the open guy.
Air Bay with the extra point to make it 7-6 Birmingham with just 24 seconds to go in the first half. So an impressive drive, and this time the Stallions able to close the sale on the drive. Cole.
Matt, take me through this first. What was your initial read on that play?
Just make sure, well, it was a choice route, so we got a basic with a shallow, basic on the pretty much a back line in the red zone right there. We got the shallow to take away that Mike. If the Mike goes with him, play the choice. If he doesn't, for whatever reason, play the shallow, but Mick did a good job of reading his keys and getting open.
Jaden, tell me what you saw. How were you able to go up and get the football?
I seen man-to-man coverage. They was trying to disguise it as zone, but I seen man. I was taught breakout versus man. He gave me a chance to get the ball as he saw he was undercutting, and I went up to go get it.
Take me back right there. What was your tell when they were trying to show one coverage, but you actually knew what it was going to be?
Eyes on me, eyes on, but, you know, I'm not going to tell you too much, but
it wasn't a choice. It was a choice route the first time, and then we changed it to, it was it was an Omaha with a strike. It was an Omaha with a strike, and they were passing it off, so I knew I was just going to have Mick on the 5-yard out right now.
Change on that play? Was that like a nonverbal change?
No, we did it in the huddle.
Timeout. That was the first play we had.
We tried to adjust, and we adjusted.
Yeah,
so you knew they had the picture, and that's why you made the adjustment?
Yes.
Great stuff, guys. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Man, you see Cole down there getting guys to spill their guts, man. You guys are turning state's witness down there with Cole.
I love it. Stopped him right there. He's like, no, don't do that.
Placed at the 40-yard line.
Call him out like that. If he said it was a choice route, doggone it, it was a choice route. You scored a touchdown.
See, it's just very interesting because, remember, they came out. Coach Sumlin calls the timeout. Right, just to get a picture. Took a picture of it. And so what they did was, hey, we're going to come out in the same formation, the same exact thing, but we're going to change the route up. And they actually had it covered well. It was Carlton Johnson who was on Mickens, but a terrific throw, a great catch, and Johnson just didn't make the play.
Yeah, if you're going to undercut that route, you better make sure you pick it off or you bat that football down.
Or you got to go sit in the detention room. That's what happened.
By yourself.
1st and 10 coming up for the Gamblers. Out of time, 2 timeouts remaining. Second series of the game for Nolan Henderson. Completes a swing pass out of the backfield to Marcus Yarns. Not much room for him. Dennis making the tackle. Back quickly to the line of scrimmage for Houston. Time for one more play. Henderson escapes trouble. Completes it, but a quick tackle at the 42-yard line on Kirkland by Dennis. And that's going to do it for the first half of play. Keep in mind that the Birmingham Stallions will get the ball to start the order of play. Houston, the home team, looking for its first win of the season as we take a look at the progressive first half stats. The Stallions amassed most of their total yardage in the latter part of that second quarter on that touchdown drive. Things evening out just a little bit there, but the Gamblers with a huge advantage in time of possession. As we get ready for the start of the third quarter, there's a look at Nolan Henderson. Went 4 for 5 passing when coming into the ball game. John Ross, meanwhile, back for this kick for the Stallions, who will have this football first. Chenault there with him. A short kick down to the 16. It's Ross. Still on his feet, and Ross makes it out to the 37-yard line. Will it be 1st and 10 for the Stallions and Matt Corral. Hey, what did you see, Kirk Morrison, from the Stallions and Corral in the last part of that second quarter that gave them a little bit more rhythm offensively?
Yeah, you're right. It didn't look good for the first 28 minutes and 30 seconds, but they got into that last part, that 2-minute drill, and I thought Matt Corral able to see the defense, kind of survey, and he found the best matchup, and that allowed him to really put some points on the board.
Anthony McFarland in the backfield beside him.
Here we go. Orlando, set.
Corral hands it off to McFarland. Nice cutback, got a crease. And down to the 40-yard line. A wonderful burst as we go down to Cole.
Sounds like some very simple solutions for A.J. McCarron's quarterback, Matt Corral, as you guys were mentioning. He said, watch the arm angle. When that elbow dips, that right elbow dips, he usually loses accuracy. Also, his footwork been a little bit sloppy. Some of that having to do with the field. Rain starting to come down here just a little bit. The interception, A.J. McCarron told me he slipped on that. Said he feels a lot better about his confidence after that 2-minute drive to end the half, however.
We'll see if he can keep some of that rhythm here in the third quarter. They go empty formation, 5 wideouts. He completes it to Kane. Deion Kane pushed out of bounds as we go down to Harry.
Yeah, talk to defensive coordinator Marvin Sanders. He loves everything that he's seen in the first half except that 2-minute drive where they gave up a touchdown. As far as the offense, I asked Kevin Sumlin, will they continue to go tempo? He said they will continue to mix things up. He's like what his offense has been able to do, but you have to finish drives, especially when you get in the red zone.
All right, Harry, and that defense on the field right now for the Gamblers. Remember, that secondary got scorched on the first play of the third quarter last week against Dallas for a 66-yard touchdown. Corral going to be sacked back at the 38-yard line. He'll take a loss. Malik Fisher, one of the leaders of that defense up front for the Gamblers, making the stop on the play.
Yeah, but honestly, this play was made by Quentin Newsome on the outside. You won't be able to see the corner, but Corral pulls this. He wants to throw the quick, but Newsome's on the outside. He's got it covered on Deion Kane. That's why he had to eat the sack. If he would have threw that, would have been an interception. So it's going to be a sack, but it's really a good play by Matt Corral.
Sets up a 3rd down and 6. They go empty again. Trips to the bottom of your screen. Corral over the middle. stopped short of the first down. Barber made the catch and got bounced. So it's 4th down, can't punt. They're on the fringes of field goal range. See what they do here.
Yeah, you mentioned it in the UFL. Once you cross that 50, it is now 4-down territory. So you utilize the 3rd down play almost like what they call a 2nd down play. That was a nice little underneath to get them in better position here on 4th.
A.J. McCarron gets the much-desired timeout. He was calling for.
Birmingham. Media timeout.
I think they need to get the subs right.
Yeah. Kind of sounded like it, right, Cole? So they're going to get the subs right. And welcome back, everyone, to Houston.
Here we go.
It's 4th down and 4.
You got train right, 55, X level.
Yeah. So levels, watch your mesh concept here. I wouldn't be surprised to see Tyler Siskey try to get that running back out of the backfield quickly on a 4th and 4.
Absolutely. And especially right now, do you play zone? How tight are these defenders for the Houston Gamblers? Ram.
Corral gets rid of it, wide open underneath. Justin Ross on the move, got the 1st down and then some, just shy of the 15-yard line.
See,
First down.
When you take them, you got to buy them. So right here, watch this route. They try to pass this one off. You can't pass this route off defensively. You have to allow to take that. So when you have 2 defenders, you just let them go. That's what happened. Miscommunication right there. Once you take him, you bought him. He's yours for the down. When you let him go, it goes into a void that nobody's there.
Turned into a 1st down, this time between the tackles. Anthony McFarland still churning those legs. He's going to be stopped up shy of the 10. Let's go down to Cole.
I've got Michael Ayers, the backup quarterback for the Birmingham Stallions. Now, you ran mesh concept a ton under Chris Hatcher at Samford. Why did it work on that last play to pick up the 1st?
We're in man there, so we're either trying to get to the back or we're setting a pick, and mesh is great against man.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Wow, that's what happened. They set the pick, but what happens is you get nervous when you have those underneath routes, especially.
Technically a rub, not a pick. All right?
Okay, yeah, on a rub. Yeah, we got that.
Yeah. We got that correct.
Defense, it's a pick. Offense, it's a rub route.
Matt Corral looking into the end zone. Touchdown. Right down the seam to Kane.
Miscommunication again on defense for the Gamblers.
Yeah, miscommunication. You're right, Harry. I'm watching it up here, and it's a miscommunication by the linebacker. Has to recognize that there's going to be pressure. I get a chance to draw this one up, so watch. So you're going to have pressure by the safety here. This linebacker's got to go right now. You can't look at it. You got to be there right now, because if you don't, that ball's already thrown in the air. See? Miscommunication. You get the splits by the safety, and the linebacker, Anthony Hines, is just too late. That ball's already thrown, and that's a touchdown for the Stallions.
Deon Kane, his first touchdown catch of the season. Last year, he was all UFL. 29 catches for over 500 yards. And Birmingham continuing their offensive flow and rhythm from the previous quarter. Now lead 13-6. Make it 14. Let's listen in. Coach McCarron in just a moment here. But wow, that was an impressive drive. Deon Kane capping that drive on the pass from Matt Corral. Last couple of possessions, Corral has thrown the ball 13 times for 123 yards and a couple of touchdowns. That's the guys that the coaches talked about. In particular, McCarron wanted to see. And I would imagine, guys, it's a little difficult being coached by a quarterback as your head coach.
Yeah, but I would also throw this out there is that when they got into the 2-minute, it was more of what Matt Corral has been used to throughout his college career and now in the UFL. You do a lot of basketball, Mark. Right. What do guys always say? We just want to see one go through the hoop. Because once one goes through the hoop, now you feel confident, you feel comfortable. That 2-minute drill really, we've seen Matt Corral come alive, and that last drive really showed it.
He got that shooter's mentality right now, so to speak, with 11-11 to go here, just underway in the third quarter. Birmingham looking to go 2-0, and that guy right there has a heavy burden offensively. Nolan Henderson, number 15, you saw him on the sidelines. There he is, filling in for Hunter Deckers, who's back on the sidelines. We saw him a moment ago with a sling on his shoulder, in a sling. So it's going to be Henderson the rest of the way. Keys on this kickoff return. And Keys is brought down around the 30. Let's go down to Cole.
I got Matt Corral, Birmingham Stallions quarterback, here on the iPad. I just want to know what you saw, why you were able to make this throw with so much confidence.
Yeah, so right here. All right. Clock was
actually drawing.
Yeah, clock was running down. We got him coming down here. We got a double post, so he's going to spray it. He's spraying it as well. In a one high look, I'm playing opposite of safety. Down to my check down to the back on the left side. Right here, I got a shin and a hiccup on the outside. They just dropped Dion. Dion did a good job of not running a post and just ran a seam and wide open.
So thanks, Matt.
Thank you, Cole.
Results in a 14-6 lead. Gamblers using the rushing attack out to the 44-yard line. Jalen White. Here's a look at the play where Hunter Deckers was shaken up and subsequently knocked out of the game. A shoulder injury right there, and you see him writhing in pain in the immediate aftermath, and after that going into the locker room.
Yeah, it was a hit that landed right there. TJ Carter right on that throwing shoulder, the left shoulder of Hunter Deckers.
This is Jalen White across the 50, brought down by Tay Crowder. 6-yard gain on the play.
But this is what they did earlier in the football game. They did a good job in the first half of running the football to a tune of 104 yards. And I think now, how do you settle Nolan Henderson down? Settle him down by running the football, especially now that they've crossed the 50-yard line.
Hands it off. They run over the right side of the offensive line down to the 44-yard line. White tackled by Tazzino.
All right, Kirk,
that big play.
Pardon me there, Mark. Kirk, I want to throw this at you. I spoke to Kevin Shear, defensive coordinator, coming out of the half, and he said his linebackers, they're taught to strike and then shed over the top. He said they're overplaying a lot of different things, and that's allowing for some of those cutbacks. Giving them success in the run game.
They run it again. Not much of a cutback, not at all. Green May making the tackle that time. 4-yard gain by Jalen White.
So I'll let to paint a little picture here for you, Mark. Okay. Think about old school John Elway, Denver Broncos.
Okay.
Terrell Davis in the backfield. Terrell always did a good job of cutting the football back, setting the defense up to get them to go over the top, but sticking the outside foot in the ground and getting vertical. That's what you've seen these backs for the Gamblers do today, is sail the outside, but stick the foot in the ground and get vertical right away.
Off the play fake, Henderson flushed out of the pocket, slings it complete. Inside the 20, down to the 15-yard line, and a nice catch by Kirkland to pick up 19, and they're in the red zone.
This is just a nice job by Henderson, keeping his eyes downfield, and watch Kirkland just go all the way across the field. It's just a nice job by the quarterback, eyes downfield. He wanted to take off and throw it, but Kirkland came available late, and a nice strike and a first down throw from Nolan Henderson.
Nolan Henderson so far 5 of 6 for 50 yards. First and 10 from just outside the 15-yard line. They run it again. This is Yarns trying to break tackles, but brought down at the 14 by Alex Cook.
You see that run again? It's slow, patient, and then blast, right? Vertical run up the field. That's a nice job to get 8 on first down, and I would think that this ball has to get to the end zone. Throw it to the end zone. It's almost like a throwaway down, 2nd and 2, because they may go for down territory regardless, just because of they need to get a touchdown here.
This pistol formation, Coach Shearer told me too, a lot more than they got from this offense a week ago.
It's working. They keep it on the ground with Jalen White. Carter making the tackle. It's going to be shy of the first down.
We're in Big 12, right? Wait. Third one. All right, let's go Split right, Z-Fine, Rip Duo.
Okay.
So you hear that Z-Fine.
No, I know Cole just jumped up when he heard duo. So we know what that we heard that.
Z-Fine, that's that Z coming in motion. He has to find that safety so he can go block him.
They're going to keep it on the ground and won't pick up the first down. So we're looking at 4th down and 2, a result of a tackle by Alex Cook. They had a malfunction there somewhere.
Kick it.
They're going to go for the field goal.
Yeah, I thought they should have attacked it on 2nd down.
That's a long 2.
Yeah. On 2nd and 2, throw the ball in the end zone. John Trey Kirkland, Justin Hall, they don't touch the football down here inside the red zone. I think those guys need an opportunity. Those guys can get open. A missed opportunity there for Houston.
This field goal coming from 26 yards out. Off the foot of John Hoyland. So they stall out a little bit inside the red zone. 26 yards out. Light work for John Hoyland to close in. Here's today's game flow brought to you by Progressive. Matt Corral has been on a heater since the end of the 2nd quarter. Overall, he's 17 of 21 for 175 yards, including a couple of touchdown passes.
He's just been in the zone. You mentioned it. Goes back to backyard football, but Matt Corral, the experience of a quarterback, helps you make better play calls as an offensive play caller when you know the guys can put it where it needs to be.
I love what he said when Cole talked to him. Hey, my receiver was supposed to run a post, but I'm glad he ran a seam. All the time, coaches may draw things up on the board in the meeting room, but they want these guys out here to be football players. Great job by the receiver, great job by the quarterback. End result, touchdown Stallions.
Chenault on the kick return. Trying to get to the outside, then cuts it up inside to the 41-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 from there on the 34-yard return. Hey, kick off your weekdays with NFL NFL Network and the Good Morning Football crew. That's right. Football's favorite morning show breaks down every trending offseason NFL storyline. Good Morning Football, weekdays at 8 Eastern, only on NFL Network.
What, 19 days away from the NFL draft?
Hey,
you ready?
Let's go. Let's go.
The NFL draft approaching.
Up until then, it's a lot of grown men running around in their underwear, right? Snoop Connor. Boy, carried a couple of defenders near the first down to midfield. Ended up picking up about 8.5. 6 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
And we got Jingo left, 9 bucks, alert, 5 gutter, unwanted.
Got a trips right formation, 3 receivers to the bottom of your screen.
180, what's that?
Justin Ross, the furthest one from the quarterback, and that's going to be a great read on the running play by Arnett. And the ball might have come loose.
Have the runner's knee down, 3rd down.
They're going to say that his knee was down, no fumble.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to take another look at that one. That was just a nice job and a great play by Arnett. Let's take another look at that one. Does that ball come out?
Right close, H out, 51, shuttle line, unwanted.
Yeah, and looks like the knee's down, man. But what a great play by Damon Arnett. He was supposed to hold the outside. He actually went on the inside and made that play.
On 3rd and 4, Matt Corral taking a shot deep. And it's incomplete, intended for his tight end, Jordan Thomas. Big man was moving down the sidelines. All 208, yeah.
I asked him before the game, I said, you look a little lighter than last year. He said, yeah, 285, I need to be ready to play tackle. I'm down to about 275 this year.
Man, Cole, that was a G-Wagon down the sidelines there.
I love the thinking, too, but just understand if you're Matt Corral, that is your tight end. Don't throw that football as if he's a wide receiver.
Well,
Give him a chance.
well, nice job by Anthony Hines, though, 57, the linebacker, right, trying to run stride for stride. That ball was thrown a little bit too far, but Hines out there trying to run with the tight end.
I would expect you to catch that.
Exactly. You know I did.
Just the second punt of the ball game for the Stallions, down to the 9-yard line. Lawrence Keys the third. Let's check in with Tyler.
Yeah, Jones, you just want to do a little accounting. We know some of my favorite bets pregame, one of them being that Houston would cover the spread in the first half, meaning +4.5, which they did. They were trailing by just 1 point, so that's a win right there. Jaden Mickens had 33 yards tonight. We need him to kind of pick it up here in the second half, and right now our under that me and Kirk are on for the game is tracking because the live total right now actually sitting at 37.5. That big stop right there by the defense holding the Gamblers to a field goal last drive, really helping our live under.
That's still trending that way. 23 points on the board total right now, and this is Nolan Henderson. Got to the edge and got it to Kirkland. Kirkland on the move in space. Out to the 44-yard line. 1st and 10. Trey Norwood made a nice tackle on the 34-yard gain.
Yeah, this is a nice job and a nice play. I want you to watch the corner over here. The corner's kind of in a no man's land. He's like, do I stay? Do I go? He went and goes to Henderson, and that allows Kirkland to become available. Nice little toss and allow Kirkland to do the rest. Run after catch.
Out to the 43, 1st and 10. Nice little jump cut by Jalen White, but stopped up by Deontay Johnson. Look at the comparable numbers. You know what those numbers tell me right now is that, you know, sometimes, Kirk, you lose your quarterback after a shaky week like Henderson had in week 1, and then getting pulled can add a little extra trauma, but he's kept his head, right?
Yeah, but I would also say, too, it is week 1.
Okay.
Week 1, you don't know what the opposing defense is going to throw at you. 1 week of film, being able to study this Birmingham defense a little bit, and you see he's more comfortable this week than he was in week 1.
Going down the field, and we're going to have a flag, maybe a little pass interference for Moreno Cropper.
Gabe, you got DPI?
They're going to get number 3, Lance Boykin.
Pass interference. Defense, number 3. Ball's placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
I want you to watch this route on the outside. Here's a route. So he's going to go up and watch the fake and then keep going. And Boykin, the corner, is just going to hold. See, he's right there in front. He's level. And that little head bob is what got Boykin to have to hold because he thought he was going to stop, but it was a continuation. And that's where the penalty came in.
So, Kirk, as soon as that receiver inside release, that corner thinks that he's going to run an in cut.
Correct.
As you've seen the defender try to, you know, undercut the in cut, but the receiver said, no, no, no. I got that 9 on my mind.
52. Number 52.
Offside.
Kirkland with the
Defense,
catch.
number 52. In the neutral zone at the snap. Penalty is declined. First down.
Offsides against the Stallions, so the first down catch stands.
It's just a free play. And I love this version of Nolan Henderson we're seeing. The confidence, you just mentioned it, Mark, but you're seeing the confidence more and more. They're allowing him to throw the football. Now you got to have a good mix of run and pass here, but they've got to convert this into a touchdown.
On the run, for a great tackle. Right there after the gain of 3 by Lucas Dennis.
Send yards.
Toy empty left. 351 Dragon F block. Toy empty left. 351 Dragon F block. So this could be 17 on a slant.
17 is Moreno Cropper.
Yeah, he's lined up right here at the top of the screen.
Pressure coming, gets rid of it quickly. And a great decision and a nice move by Justin Hall. The elusive Hall inside the 5. It'll be 1st and goal Gamblers. 19-yard pickup.
What did we do? We started this game talking about what? Get Jontre Kirkland and Justin Hall the football. Get these guys the football. It's just a screen to the outside. Early on, get him in open space and allow him to just let his athleticism take over. That's just video game type moves out there, getting inside the 5-yard line.
That's that old Aaron Rodgers Green Bay Packers play right there.
First and goal. They run it again. White, Jalen White. And they're going to blow it dead. Remember, the tush push
is not allowed.
Not allowed in this league. There'll be no tush pushing. From the 1, second and goal. Henderson with his team up at the line. They run it again, and this time they'll lose a couple of yards, and there's a flag down in the end zone as well. That's going to be a loss on the carry by Jalen White.
Now, was that too many defenders? I think it was too many men on the field when that back judge throws the flag.
Too many men on the field, defense.
Yeah.
Half the distance to the goal, still second down.
Playing Canadian Football League rules with 12 men.
All right, here we go. I haven't done this in a while. Let me see. Let's bust it out. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 back there. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and we got 12. There we go.
There you go. I need you to balance my checkbook. Thank you. Under a minute to go in the third quarter. They run it again. And there might have been
a fumble snap.
A fumble snap with Henderson. They didn't make it into the end zone amongst the massive bodies down there. They have been incapable of cashing out several times, and now Henderson, it looks like, is slow to get up. And that would be a nightmare outcome with Hunter Dekkers already injured.
Watch here, right here. Watch the snap. He doesn't get the snap. And now the ball's lying on the ground. And he reaches out. And somewhere within that pile of bodies, he's injured. And now here comes Talia.
Talia coming into the ball game. Jungle Vailoa out of Maryland, coming in ice cold, looking at a goal-to-go situation. Not an ideal circumstance, Kirk, on 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line.
Well, this is where exchange becomes paramount. You're going to go under here, something he has not done a lot in his career. You're going to go gun.
Well, they get a little time to talk about it because you got to call timeout.
First of all,
let's listen in to Coach Sumner.
I know that, but we got to take our time to get him off the field. I got you. Because we can't fucking get a guy who's never played. He's got to get snaps. He's got to do everything. All right? Everybody come down. Look. We got to listen. They don't have Mike. Yeah, we're all good. Okay. Put your headset on.
Kirk, Mark, if you guys heard that as a former center, I thought the most important thing Coach Sumlin said there was we got to take some extra time, get our guys some snaps before he goes out there and gets a live rep. Now, Tunga Vailoa not going to be in the game, but still, I love the fact he was going to give us some extra time there to work with the center.
Yeah, they had to slow play that as much as they could. Henderson back on the field, 3rd down and goal. Can they finally punch it in? Henderson hands it off to White. Couldn't get to the edge, and he's brought down for a loss at the 6-yard line by Deron Gilbert. 4th and goal.
Jesus Christ. That's it. Quarter.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. A disappointing outcome for Kevin Sumlin and the Gamblers.
4th and 6.
With another golden opportunity. In 4th down coming up, they're going to try the field goal, but first, shout out to Steve Miller, our audio man, our A1, one of the best in the business. Wishing him restoration and a little bit of serenity in his recovery from his illness. Steve, we miss you. Get well soon. 4th down and goal from the 6. They're going to kick a field goal. John Hoyland again. Drills it through, but it has to feel like a disappointing result. Again, for the Gamblers, Kirk, because they haven't been able to punch it into the end zone.
And that's what's been the story these last couple of drives. The Gamblers of Houston, they get down inside the red zone. They get goal-to-goal situations, and guess what? The offense continues to stall. It's been the running game that you hoped would kind of break through. But I would also say a nice job by this Birmingham Stallions defense as they've stood tall. Honestly, if you think about it, from the beginning of the game, when Houston started off, got inside the 5-yard line, and Tizino punched the ball out on a forced fumble. So that's been the story of this game, is that Houston just has not been able to convert into touchdowns in goal-to-goal situations.
Yeah, Cole, they've got 306 total yards. Let's go down to you.
Actually up with Tyler Siskey, Birmingham Stallions offensive coordinator. Take us through the last couple possessions and what that is going to determine how you call maybe this series coming up on offense.
Yeah, we've had some stuff in gap scheme. We just missed a couple blocks here and there. We missed we had the numbers on a pin and pull play a minute ago and missed the guard, missed the corner. He forced it. Just try to get Matty comfortable and get the guys. They're showing us what we've prepped for all week. So just got to get settled down and execute and go score.
How do you manage a 2-point lead, a quarter of football, but it looked like Matty was maybe most comfortable in that tempo offense, 2-minute offense?
Just do what we do, man. I know it sucks. Have focus. That's my guy, but I got to call prep.
Thank you.
Matty ready to do what he do right now. And he's going to have good starting field position, Kirk, at the 42.
Double right off.
Yeah, I like that, too, because what he's saying is that
double right off. Give hippo alert to Rhino. Double right off to hippo alert.
You've got a quarterback that you feel you can call any play.
Yes.
Because he's going to get you into the right play. So you want to run the football as well, bleed this clock, try to protect the lead, but you can call anything with Matt Corrals at quarterback.
Going to keep it on the ground. Don't want to shut it down too early. A nice gain out beyond the 40 to the 46. Marvin Moody Jr. making the tackle on Anthony McFarland. Both team with 2 timeouts remaining.
I'll say for the most part, this Houston defense, they played very well outside of 2 drives this game.
Yeah, you're right. The 2-minute drill is one that's going to haunt them right before the half.
Much better than they were a week ago against Dallas in their debut. Corral down the seam. Picked off. What a catch. What a snag of the basket of the football by Carlton Johnson. Basking in the glow right now.
Wow. I want you to watch the recovery of Carlton Johnson. He's actually, it's on the outside, it's out there. But Carlton Johnson actually got spun around, but being able to have the ability to turn his head back inside and jump and undercut this route to John Ross. It was an exceptional play because he got beat off the line of scrimmage, but was able to recover and step right in front for the interception.
So great opportunity for Houston at the 35. First and goal, pardon me, 1st and 10. Feels like 1st and goal because they haven't been able to score from in the red zone a bunch.
You know how big that is for that defense of Houston? Last week they gave up a record 375 yards in the air. This week, totally different.
Yeah, they fixed it. Anderson on the out, incomplete at the 39-yard line. Lucas Dennis there defending. 14 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Jalen White in the backfield. And yeah, the celebration continues. After last week, as you mentioned, they deserve to have some fun with their success.
And they had to get some things cleaned up in that secondary. They had to make some tough decisions. Told some guys that showed them the door. I mean, it was some
tough conversations.
Some tough conversations in Houston.
On the RPO, pass complete underneath. That's the tight end, Cam Sutton. Harry?
Carlton Johnson. It's not how you start, but how you finish. Got beat off the line, but you went and made the play. How do you feeling right now, bud?
I'm going to credit everything to God right now. My DC coach, Marv, man, he's talking to me the whole time through the mic. He told me the play coming to me, and I just made a play, man. God is good.
You love Easter, right?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay, so we're giving out Easter eggs today. You get 2, man, for a big play like that. That's a game-changing play you just made.
You know, when you give up some plays in the game, anybody, how you start by how you finish. My whole defense stayed behind me, and I love these guys.
Have a good rest of the game.
You too. Thank you very much.
All right, Harry giving out 2 Easter eggs to the defense. A little bias right there. That pass complete out of the 48-yard line and a 1st down catch by Cam Sutton again. I'll tell you what, you have to be impressed with Nolan Henderson coming on in relief of Hunter Deckers, who suffered a shoulder injury earlier, and he's throwing that football with a lot of skill, dexterity, and authority.
Yeah, he sure is, and he's just doing a great job of reading what the defense is giving him. That time, his fifth option, the tight end.
On 1st and 10, approaching midfield. Down to the 48-yard line. Stephen Gilmore taking the tackle on Marcus Yarns. Find it interesting what the coaches have told us about their play calling as you approach midfield. So second down really becomes third, and first becomes second, right? Trying to put that together.
Yeah, you're trying to.
The meaning being what?
The meaning being you got to go for it.
Okay.
I mean, once you cross the 50-yard line, you know what? It's just green means go.
Well, they were going on that in the right direction down to the 44, where it's going to be spotted, an 8-yard gain by Marcus Yarns.
So now this third down play technically feels more like a second down play because you've crossed the 50. You're going to have to go for it on 4th down. So that's the mindset of what we're saying. This third down play really feels like second down. Maybe you even take a shot, try to get something deep down the field, not your traditional third down type play.
Moreno Cropper has been silent by and conspicuous by his silence so far. They'll run it, and it's going to be short or not. Boy, that second effort by Jalen White may have given him the first down.
And he did. They gave it to him.
He picked it up. Great effort.
And a little bit of help from his offensive line as well. Jalen White goes 6 foot 205, but the power keeping those legs moving and churning, leans forward for the first down.
And that's been.
They'll run it again. White stopped by Carter.
That run game, Mark, all day long.
Right.
Drastically different from what we've seen a week ago in their first matchup, when they only had 42 total rushing yards. So far today, 38 carries, 148 yards on the ground.
So that revamped offensive line, whatever tinkering they did, has worked so far. There's a look at the numbers. 2nd and 7. Henderson over the middle, incomplete. Broken up at the 35-yard line by Mario Goodrich, who knocked it loose.
Yeah, this is what Henderson wishes he probably had back, because he's got Moreno Cooper running underneath, and if he puts this one out there and allows Cropper to just get out there in front, that ball's going to be on point and he can catch and run. He got it right behind him and allowed the defender to come in and make the play. Didn't realize he had a little more time than he thought with the pressure bearing down.
So 3rd and 7 as a result. Yarns in the backfield. They try to heat up Henderson, wide open, complete. Woo! Wow, what a move down to the 19-yard line. Justin Hall just in time for 21 yards.
Oh, everything works in unison. First, let's start with the protection. You get the running back Yarns with a nice job of catching the blitz. Boom, that allows time for Henderson to get right to where he wants to with Hall, and then Hall showing off the leaping ability at the end of that play.
Henderson, boy, they had a malfunction at the junction, a lack of communication. Throws it to the end zone, nobody home, but there's a flag down.
Yeah, they're going to get holding on. It looks like Tay Crowder is the one to hold the linebacker.
Defensive hold on who?
Okay.
Okay.
So Yarns, the running back, was held
automatic first
by Crowder.
Holding. Defense. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
I can show you the hold here. Take he's looking around like, whose fault it is?
Come on, man.
Sorry, number 20. Watch Crowder right here. Watch the back who comes out, and Crowder holds him. That's why you're going to see it right here. See Crowder, he's blitzing, and he holds him right there. That's what stopped the momentum of Yarns, who was trying to run to the pylon.
Held him like next month's rent. That was pretty obvious. Henderson finds his man sitting down at the 10-yard line, the tight end, Cam Sutton, who's made some nice plays here in the second half, sets up a 1st and goal. Where have we seen this movie before? But what does it end like this time, Kirk?
Exactly. I want to see Sutton get vertical. Every time he catches the football, he takes a step backwards to try to make a guy miss. You're 6'6", 268, brother. Just get vertical. Go run a guy over.
You see what they've done, 0 for 5 in the red zone in terms of touchdowns. With about 8.5 minutes to go, Henderson running, shoveled it forward. It's caught. Or no, it's incomplete, out of bounds. But great improvisational skills that time by Nolan Henderson with that little shovel pass.
Yeah, a little shovel pass. That was nice. But remember, Yarns, the running back, was already out of bounds. See, the receiver's being pushed out.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it looks like Jalen White, I'm sorry, was out of bounds already.
Tell you what, Henderson trying to make plays, doing his best to make it happen.
Big down.
Goal to go. They keep it on the ground. Boy, nowhere to go for Jalen White. Deontay Johnson making the tackle.
They got field goal.
Wow. Another drive is going to end in a field goal, albeit this one potentially will put them up.
It's just a conservative.
Yeah, it's 4th and goal coming up.
It's a conservative look.
Yeah.
And they're just settling for field goals. At some point, you just want to see a little more aggressiveness, but they're going to settle for a field goal.
I get the feeling you weren't really fond of that last 2 play call sequence.
No.
Well, the field goal is good. They'll take the lead. 15-14 with 7:20 to go. The Gamblers trying to get in the win column. When we come back for a great shift and call on a penalty, let's bring in Mike Pereira. Mike, explain what this penalty against Birmingham is about.
Yeah, you can see actually 95 shifted over to the right side. You can only have 6 players on the line of scrimmage on the one side of the ball. That made 7 players. And so I could get involved because it was a scoring play. And since it's a scoring play, it is reviewable. And I hate to add penalties when I have to, but that's a big penalty that I needed to put on.
Wow. Thanks for having such a discerning set of eyes, Mike Pereira. It gives Houston a 1st and goal.
Yeah.
A cataclysmic happening that time for Birmingham. Disastrous.
Yeah. That's what he wants. What is it? You got 12 in there now. You got 12. 11!
And I think, can they finally score a touchdown in the red zone, though, Kirk? That's the question that still begs for Houston.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to. I think A.J. McCarron's trying to figure out, is it supposed to be a 1st down or not? You know what I mean? Because, but half the distance to the goal. So half the distance. See, there it is. They're telling them on the sideline now.
They take the points off the board. 1st and goal from inside the 5. Henderson couldn't get to the edge, couldn't find his receiver. It'll be 2nd down and goal. Justin Hall was the intended receiver on the play. 7:15 to go. Houston with 2 timeouts remaining. Birmingham also with 2.
They got to find a way to get this ball in the end zone.
I'm going to challenge it.
Henderson hands it off. Touchdown, Houston. They finally cracked the goal line. Jalen White doing the honors.
Well, they finally get a chance to punch this thing in the end zone. And it's just old school, just get it in there. Just find a way. And a nice job making a guy miss. And that's how you do it, Jalen White.
Great spin move at the end of it. They're going to go for 1 point on the conversion from 33 yards out. That would give them a 5-point lead. But just under 7 minutes to go. And Hoyland makes it. Boy, what a shift in momentum. They go from a field goal to a touchdown because of a... Look at Rich Eisen striding it out. Yeah. Hitting that top end speed at 40 yards and no cardiac issues in the Aftermath.
There it is.
He's not running at the combine anymore. This year's NFL Draft is in Pittsburgh. 3-day event beginning Thursday, April 23rd at 8 Eastern. And we'll have every pick once again on ESPN. It's also available here on NFL Network. And as always, ABC's coverage focuses on the prospect's journey to the draft. We saw Rich Eisen. He wasn't quite a 4.22. John Ross was.
Yeah, he held that record for what, about 8-9 years before Xavier Worthy ran a 4.21, the wide receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs.
And then Anthony McFarland at a 4.44 and Deion Kane 4.43. What about these 40 times?
Oh yeah, I like that one.
Is that true, Kirk?
That's real. That's real right there. I'll take that.
Harry clocking in, and I'm gonna check the source on that 4.51. Harry, I'll give you the
how fast you are, guys. It's about how you can change the direction.
Hey, Harry.
Let's get in and out your breaks, guys.
Harry, it was into a headwind. I know. And Cole, the 4.13. I really got to check the source on that, Cole.
I think that was the 3-cone that Cole was running. That was the 3-cone. That was all good.
Agility drill. Under 7 minutes to go. Chenault on the kickoff return. Chenault stopped up, but stays on his feet and picked up 5 more. Out to the 29-yard line. After the interception, after the penalty, after the interception, McCarron spoke with his quarterback.
You good? Yeah. All right. Keep taking what they give you. All right. Don't try to force anything. Just keep taking what they give you. Trust what you see. All right. They're going to be scared. And then at some point, we'll just run by them on the outside and then give them a good ball.
Running play to Snoop Connor. Fisher making the tackle, one of the leaders on that defensive front for Houston. Had a big sack last week against Dallas in that game. He's the leader by example.
His motor from opening kickoff to end, it doesn't stop. It's Fisher. But I love what A.J. McCarron said is, look, they're going to keep playing off. They're going to be scared. At some point, we're going to hit them over the top.
On the out, a deep out. They're going to rule it a catch to Justin Ross. Working against Quentin Newsome, an outstanding grab by Ross. Picked up 14 on the play. First down with 6 minutes to go in the fourth.
Oh, man, what a throw. It's Coach Marvin Sanders right there, the defensive coordinator. He's going to have to figure some things out now, playing with a lead. It's his defense.
Stallions run it out to the 47-yard line. That was Snoop Connor. Marvin Moody Jr. making the tackle, one of the voices defensively for Birmingham, for Houston. 5.5 minutes to go. Ball at the 47-yard line. Birmingham with 2 timeouts remaining. Deion Kane split wide to the top of your screen. Pass complete down to the 34-yard line to Jadon Mickens. They move the sticks on the 17-yard gain.
ISO check. Double left off. ISO check.
Double left off. ISO check.
First and 10 from the 34.
ISO left.
They run it. Snoop Connor broke 1 tackle, made lemonade out of lemons. They got down to the 31. The missed tackle by Anthony Hines.
Yeah, I think Anthony Hines kind of knew. So we know it was ISO check. I hear the quarterback say LA was 2 things. L for left, or LA is on the West Coast, so it means still left side of the country. So he knew it right away and just got to make the play in the backfield. Man. You heard the calls. That's the game at the line of scrimmage. Just got to make the play in the backfield.
Love that, Kirk. Defensive linemen know geography, too. Corral completes it down to the 20-yard line. Good catch by Mickens with 4 minutes to play. A 12-yard gain. Another first down.
I just love his energy. There's nothing like a quarterback having that go-to guy when you need a play. He was that guy last week. He's that player right now, currently.
Harry, he's always open. He's always open, right? He plays with great leverage.
Understands the voids in the zone coverage, man coverage. He wins his one-on-one matchups.
Corral hands it off to Snoop Connor, upended just a little bit shy of the line of scrimmage by Marvin Moody Jr. Like I said, 2 timeouts remaining for Birmingham. 3:20 to play. They need to put it into the end zone.
All right, they're redoing the play here. So they just flipped the formation. They ran the X level, this formation, but now it's flipped. This was the one to Mickens a couple plays ago.
McFarland in the backfield. Complete over the middle to the big tight end, Tyler Davis. He got rocked at the 14. A 6-yard pickup. Just inside the 15-yard line.
Dolphin left, 61, smash, drive, H burst.
9th play of the drive coming up for Birmingham.
You guys know this 61 6-man protection. One going to tell the back to go to the left. Odd number. Second number is going to tell the back go left. And smash concept, obviously.
Yep, a high-low.
On 3rd and 4. Into the end zone. There's a hold, and I mean a super-duper hold in the end zone on John Ross by Major Burns, and a major hold.
It's that old smash concept.
Number 18.
Remember that one?
Number 18. Right at the goal line. Right at the goal line.
Okay, so it's 1-yard line. Number 18. Pass interference. Defense number 18. By rule, the ball is placed at the 1-yard line, 1st and goal.
Wow. I mean, there was no doubt about this call.
Yeah, it's a smash concept. So how do you create space down here? What you do is you create space by having the outside receiver come here, run a stop, and he's going to go here and run over there. So you're trying to create an area. You're trying to create space. You get the stop to keep the corner up, and in there you have the ball thrown right to the pylon, but Burns interferes, takes the play away.
Great point, Kirk. There was a lot of room to work with there. With those 2 receivers. 1st and goal coming up. Corral out of the shotgun. McFarland on the run. No touchdown, or yes, the near official put his arms into the air, signaling a touchdown.
You got a touchdown?
Birmingham scores it.
Left hash, going for 2, left hash.
The near side official put his arms into the air after a while.
I just saw a pile of bodies. Here's the look. Here's the best look. Here's what the official's looking at. Where's that football? He extends it right there. That's a touchdown.
No doubt.
Yeah, we're looking up top, but McFarland was able to squeeze through down near the bottom. And that ball is right there, crosses the goal line.
A clutch drive led by Matt Corral.
They're going to go for 2.
Yeah, the ball back at the 2-yard line. They're going for 2. Would make it a 3-point game. Corral on the out, incomplete, intended for Mickens. So the margin remains at 1, which gives Houston an opportunity to kick a field goal to get the lead. They'll have 2:02 to go.
Yeah, just on the outside, they run again in that bunch concept. 2 ends, and then there's an out, and a nice job by Houston. Had 2 guys out there for Mickens. Nice job of passing it off was Quentin Newsom, realizing that I don't want to let my void be wide open again. I want to stay to the outside. He stayed outside, and that ball almost hit him in the hands.
But what an impressive drive by Matt Corral and the Birmingham offense. On that drive, he was 4 for 4 passing the ball for a total of 51 yards when it mattered most. That's kind of leadership that coach wants to see from him. He showed great dominion over the offense. Houston with 2 timeouts remaining. They'll get the football.
Hey, alert, can't wait to set this final sequence up, it feels like, right? And Nolan Henderson's got an opportunity to take his team down for a go-ahead score.
Hey, what about back-to-back weeks in the Birmingham Stallions in close football games? Last week in Louisville, this week here in Houston. Keys the third on the return and chopped down nicely right around the 30-yard line. 70 yards away from the end zone, but they only need a field goal. Nolan Henderson coming back on the field. John Hoyland, the field goal kicker. 1:56 to go in the fourth quarter. And here's a look at the game summary. Matt Corral has been brilliant beginning in the late part of the second quarter, but on that last touchdown drive, 4 for 4 passing and getting the ball ultimately into the end zone. 4 different receivers today for them as well, and right now the show belongs to Nolan Henderson, who came into the football game when Hunter Deckers was injured in the second quarter. So he's back at QB1 and has played and thrown the football with a lot of authority. 154 yards passing.
So again, 2 timeouts, minute 56 on the clock. And Nolan Henderson has to find Justin Hall and Jontre Kirkland a lot, I think, on this drive to set them up for the go-ahead score.
Completes it out of the backfield to Yarns. And Yarns stops the clock with 1:51 to play. Got about 4 on the play.
It's a nice drive starter there. You look at how many drives that end in scores in these types of situations. The first play is always the most critical play, and that's a positive start to get the drive going.
2nd down and 6. That pass incomplete. Knocked away nicely by Goodrich. Tried to get it to Moreno Cropper. Sets up a 3rd down and 6.
Oh, nice job by Goodrich. He's had him covered on the outside, had both hands right there. One on the back, was not interfering, was able to knock the ball away with the opposite hand.
They go trips out to the top of your screen. Trips left. Now the emotion out of it. On 3rd down, incomplete at the 30-yard line, intended for Marcus Yarns. It's 4th and 6.
Let's go. Double left clear zone. 23 wide read, left down.
This is it for the Gamblers. On 4th and 6. They've got to get to the 40-yard line to keep this drive alive.
Yeah, just a 3-man rush for Birmingham.
Henderson, there's a flag down. Henderson just got rid of it, incomplete at the 38. Let's see what this flag is about.
Yeah, we got 2 flags. So the head official threw his first flag and then threw his hat. So we got 2 flags on the play. And that hat came off at the end of that play.
There are 2 fouls on the play, 1 in each team. Holding, offense, number 70. Personal foul, horse collar tackle, defense. Those penalties offset. We'll replay 4th down.
So they'll do it again. It's a horse collar penalty against Deontay Johnson.
So here's the play.
Better football player than that, though.
Yep.
It's 4th down. You can't make that kind of a mistake.
So you get the hold on the right, but then watch Deontay Johnson right here at the end. That's the horse collar. He's got that right hand.
Would have been game otherwise.
Would have been game. Game over.
Instead, 4th and 6. They'll have another opportunity. Jalen White in the football game at tailback. Little bunch set to the right of Nolan Henderson.
These 2 guys right here.
Please reset the game clock to 1 minute 33 seconds.
So they're going to make an adjustment on the game clock to 1:33, not 1:38. From the 34. to stay alive. 4th and 6.
That choice route. There it is.
Henderson trying to make it happen. Picks up the first down and then some near midfield at the 49 with 1:23 to play. A last gasp scramble moves the chains and keeps them alive.
But there's a red flag now. And A.J. McCarron threw the flag. I don't know what he threw it on, but he's challenging a play. Is he challenging one of his defenders being held on that play?
On the left tackle, number 73. Yep.
You heard him.
All right, Mike Pereira. Here
Mike, he said massive holding.
Massive.
Okay, so we're looking at 73 here. Is that what he said?
Yep.
Okay, I'm just looking at a couple shots here. Just stay with this look. Okay, so 73. Yeah, there he turns him away. He's outside, spins him all the way to the ground. Yep, that is a hold. It is a hold. So it was number 73. Previous spot was the 34. So you're going to be 10 yards and then repeat 4th down.
So a successful challenge by A.J. McCarron.
Remember, each team gets that challenge.
I don't know why.
Hold against.
I'll wind it.
Cushy.
But we're going 25.
They got to get the sticks with 4th and 12.
Okay.
The
so we're on
emotions
the
of this
26
thing.
going to the 40.
Let's see where they place the ball here.
Can we confirm that we're at the 26 going to the 40?
We should be at the 24.
24, that's what we had. 24. Yes.
24.
24, that's what we had. All right. Move the box back, Sergio. 24.
24, correct.
So here we go. We're going to do 4th down over again. See if Henderson has another miracle available to him. Throws it down the middle of the field. It's caught or not. It's let go, and Birmingham gets the stop. Trey Norwood, after the ball was caught down the seam. And are they going to call it completion?
116.
They're going to call it a catch by Rodgers. So they stay alive.
I was about to say, they better hurry up and snap it.
Yeah.
Ruling on the field was a completed catch. The play is under further review.
Bringing Mike Pereira again.
Okay, so he's going to the ground with control. He's got control. Rolls over, and then 21 rips it out. Let me just see that one more time. He's got to hold on to it when he hits the ground. He does. Rolls over, and now gets it ripped out. So, Cole, we do have a catch and down. The call on the field is correct.
Sure, he knows the clock's going to run, Chad. Make sure he knows it's going to run.
Can I get the right spot here?
All right, here we go.
Wow. If you hear that, that's the folks in Buffalo right now talking about Brandon Cooks and that.
You already know.
And
1:12 to go, the clock running. Houston with 2 timeouts remaining on the fringes of field goal range. On the receiver screen, it's complete to Jalen White, stopped immediately with 1 minute to play. There's a look at John Hoyland, who has a career long of 56 yards. Will he get an opportunity to win it? 2nd and 11. Nolan Henderson surveys and pulls. Incomplete at the 37. In and out of the arms of Justin Hall. So it'll be 3rd down and long. Ryan Cooper broke it up.
Yeah, nice blitz pickup that allowed Nolan Henderson to throw this football. It's right there. It's on the hands. He's got to bring that one in. Justin Hall, he's made catches a little tougher than this one, but this one right there on the hands, that's just a drop at the top of that route by Justin Hall.
Let's see if it proves to be fatal or not. 3rd and 11, another chance for the Gamblers. Henderson using his legs, still on his feet. Tiptoes down the sidelines. He's going to be out of bounds at about the 43. Let's listen to the call.
4th and 6, 4th and 7.
Here we go. Let's go. Finn left off. 53 escorts Z snag. Finn left off. 53 escorts Z snag. Run all the way over the ball. Exit over the ball. Go over the play.
We got 12 seconds. We got 2 timeouts if you feel like you want to talk about this.
I would love to call a timeout right now. Use that timeout right now.
4th and 6, they're going to play. Henderson broken up. No flag on the play. The Gamblers want one. Stephen Gilmore broke it up. It was intended for Moreno Cropper. And let's see, there's going to be a challenge on the call. Kevin Sumlin will challenge it.
Ruling on the field was an incomplete pass. Houston is challenging the ruling of no pass interference.
Okay, I got that. We're taking a look at all the angles that we can see here. You see, it's the same shot that we're looking at the network. Certainly makes contact early through the back. It goes over the top. Just a couple more looks. I just want to make sure. Clearly it's in the back. Right arm goes over and makes contact at the shoulder. We've got interference. We do have interference on this, so let's set it up.
Steve, he's ruling pass interference.
Okay, we've got interference here. We're going to put the ball. The spot of the interference is going to be the 38.
Pass interference, defense. Automatic 1st down at the spot of the foul.
Yeah. One more look at it. Yeah, one more. He just gets there just a tad early. See that left hand also. Mike was talking about the right hand on the top. I was looking also at that left hand that actually hooked before that ball was knocked away as well.
So they're going to spot it at the 38. It would make it a 55-yard field goal if they attempt it now, but they've got some time left with 30 seconds to go.
Still, those 2 timeouts.
Nolan Henderson is going to hand it off to his back, Jalen White. Still on his feet, down to the 32-yard line. 20 seconds to go. The clock still running. Houston with 2 timeouts remaining. That's John Hoyland, who's already made 4 field goals today. He had a 5th one taken off the board after he made it. The clock's still running. 5 seconds to go, and they're going to call timeout here. With 2 seconds to play. Sounds like they were hyping up John Hoyland right there. Was it him?
No, they were getting nervous because they're looking at the clock moving down. You had offense in the offensive formation, and no kind of timeout being called yet.
Watch this step. All right, here we go.
So John Hoyland will get his opportunity. He's perfect, 4 for 4. This one will come from 50 yards out, well within his range. He was kicking 60-yarders a couple of days ago in practice with ease. Has a career long of 56. Birmingham with 2 timeouts remaining.
Birmingham, second charged, 30 seconds.
And on a wet evening in H-Town, Birmingham will try and put Hoyland on ice.
Glad you brought that up, too. Operation. So much we always talk about the kick, but the whole operation. Snap, hold, kick. That's what should be talked about right now. And there goes Hoyland just going through that operation in his head.
And I'll say right now, y'all, the Houston Gamblers, this defense, they're over here excited, waiting for this opportunity for their field goal kicker.
Last week he made one from 44 yards out, albeit in that loss against Dallas. He is perfect on the season. 5 for 5. And here we go with 2 seconds to go. John Hoyland from 50 for the win. Happy Easter, Gamblers. You couldn't have scripted a better comeback. Hoyland goes a perfect 5 for 5, and he caps the evening off with a 50-yard strike for the win. Wow. And what a comeback story and resurrection story, a retribution story for Nolan Henderson, the quarterback.
I mean, this thing had everything. This game had all. It started with Hunter Deckers. Nolan Henderson comes in, but watch this kick. I don't even have to wait till the midweek awards come out. John Hoyland, you're a special teams player of the week in the UFL. 5 field goals today, but none bigger than that last one. Splitting the uprights from 50 yards away for the win. And there goes Coach Price, Eric Price, the offensive coordinator. You know, this Houston team last week took a lot of heat. The way that they played or underperformed against Dallas, and to come away with a victory is huge today.
Let's go down to Harry.
You too. Yeah, I'm here with Coach Kevin Sumlin. Coach, you talk about the tale of 2 weeks. Last week, a lot of disappointments. This week, these guys stepped up. What do you want to say about your guys and the way they fought today?
Well, we're able to run the ball, but we couldn't, we get down there 5, 6 times. We got a turnover early in the tight zone, and we couldn't score a touchdown, So we still got a lot of room for improvement, but obviously to win a game, it really feels good based on the way we played last week. And we can still play better. So we got to keep getting better every week, and then if we can do that, then we'll have some more favorable outcomes.
Talk about facing adversity. Your quarterback, Nolan Henderson, he started the game last week, got benched. Didn't start today, but had to come in and save the day.
Yep.
Talk about your quarterback facing that adversity and coming and showing up today.
It's good and bad. Hunter was playing pretty decent, right? So he gets shoulder hurt there, and then Nolan actually got a little injury down there on the goal line, a broken finger. So, he gutted it out. We made enough plays to win the game. We got to get better in the tight zone. We need to score more touchdowns, but it's certainly easier to build on something like this when you win.
So this is the only way for us to end this, Coach. It's Easter. Here you go. Over to you, Cole.
You got the Easter eggs on them. You jealous?
Maybe a list. You got one for me?
I can get Harry to bring you one over here. Yeah, he'll bring you an egg here. Maybe get you a little Reese's treat in there. How are you feeling right now? Heck of a day. Obviously, you got a lot of opportunities. None more important than the game winner.
Yeah, just a great day out there. All the credit to the guys for putting them in position to win, and then for Mike Rivers and Mark Ortiz for getting the ball in position where I could just do my job.
I think all of us that have never been in that situation as kickers want to know what's really going through your mind when you're iced, when that timeout is called. You have to restart the entire process. Can you just kind of take us through, backtrack what was going through your brain there?
Kind of expecting it, and always try and think of all the possibilities that are kind of coming out. So, you know, through my mind, I was like, if they're going to call a timeout, I'm just going to reset, take a little breath, and do my job once again.
After last week, some disappointments, to be able to bounce through all the adversity you guys did tonight, get a win, what does it say about this football team?
Yeah, a bunch of resilience after the way the game kind of ended last week. And, man, I'm so proud to be a Houston Gambler.
Well, you're not going to be jealous for long.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. Take the eggs there. You got all the candy your heart desires.
Mini. Yeah.
What's the candy of choice here if you had your choice?
I like these mini eggs.
And now you got them.
Yeah, happy Easter.
Happy Easter. There you go, guys.
To the victors go the spoils. Easter eggs. Yeah. They tried to put him on ice. They didn't know that he was already too cool for the pressure. Kevin Sumlin, the victorious head coach, they win it 22-20. Their first win of the season, and this their first home game of the season. As Luda would say, stand up, Houston. They win it 22-20. For Kirk, Harry, and our entire ESPN crew, I'm Mark Jones. As the Gamblers win it, saying